topic for today is, why is telling our stories good for us? Before tea tonight, or maybe you have dinner tonight, or nighttime TV, you're likely to have seen countless posts, ads if you've watched TV, loads of things on social media, yet by tomorrow morning most of that will be forgotten. Except, that is, for the stories. If there's a good storyline on something you're watching on Netflix or BBC, other providers available, if you've got a bit more money, maybe it's Sky, then that story may go with you tomorrow, because we are wired to remember stories. But what you may not know is that stories are good for you and they're good for those around you. So why is telling stories and telling our experiences good for us? A good story helps you to love and care and bless and shape the people around you. The surprise to me was when research showed that the parents who know their story and have told their story of upbringing, the children do far better than the parents who never tell their stories. And it's as if, as we tell our stories, it integrates our lives together and we become more whole, and our children naturally pick up that wholeness. So telling our experiences and telling our stories is really important, and we're beginning like a 7-step series that I've put together for growing in sharing our experiences, and through that my hope is that actually we're able to work through some of the stuff of the COVID epidemic. Because there's the physical effects of what we're all going through, but as everyone says, there's the mental health effects. And what can we do? Well, one of those things that we can do is to hear one another's stories. And so this week in the community page, I'm going to open up a room. I'm going to see if it's going to work. Bit of an experiment. And just see our response to what we've done today. We're going to begin listening to one another's stories. I'm interviewing Josh this week to hear something of his story. I'm interviewing John Maskell next week to hear something of his stories. We live in pivotal times. And as we retell our experiences, it helps us make sense of life, and it helps those around us make sense of life too. We live in pivotal times. Things that were constant are now moving. Things that were moving are now stationary. Our schools, everything is changing. I'm so grateful to those who are head teachers, having to organise so much. If you're managing a shop, everything is changing. If you've got a business, everything is up and down with COVID, with Brexit, with the closures due to in the recent times. Things that were constant are now changing, and then so many things that were moving are now stationary because they can't fly and they can't go across boundaries between nations. In pivotal times, stories connect us to one another as everything changes. To me, stories are like ropes holding us together as we float in the sea after the shipwreck of COVID-19. I don't know if you ever saw the film Titanic, where they're all floating and they gradually get spread out. But, there wasn't a big current. But when there's a current after a shipwreck, everyone can get very, very separated. But if there's like strands in the sea and there's ropes that everyone holds onto, everybody floats together. And for me, that's my picture of telling our stories in COVID-19 as families, as businesses, as a church community, as a town. As we tell and share our stories, it enables us to float along together. We need to appreciate one another in that and be able to listen to one another. It's not a time for telling our stories and experiences, isn't a time for kind of political commentary or argumentation. It's about being one another, being family together, floating along on the sea together. But the choice is yours. The rope will be there, but the choice will be yours whether to take hold of it and tell your story, to listen to other people's story, or just to float off into the distance. So stories help us to stay together, recover together, and grow together. This year is going to be a year of recovery and rebuilding. It also needs to be a year of stories. As we respond, as we recover, as we rebuild, we will need to slow down as well as speed up. I know for those rebuilding it, they have to speed up. We need to do stuff. But we also need to slow down and bring our experiences to God and to one another if we're to move with wisdom and not reaction. As we respond, as we recover, as we rebuild, for me it's like this. It's like there's a mosaic. A mosaic is where you have little squares or pieces of rock that has been broken and it's fallen on the ground and it's dirty and it's dusty. And what we do as we tell our stories is we take that broken mosaic of our life, maybe some stones are lost, some things are gone, and we take that, and as we share those experiences and share them with God, it's like that mosaic is being washed and cleaned and becomes sparkly, and then we begin putting the pieces together. But it's an abstract mosaic, so it is different. It looks different, but there's continuity with the past, but it is something new and good for the future. And that's my hope for this series. It's kind of a 7-step series that might take a while of moving into recreating that mosaic after the breakdown of COVID. So I'm excited to get into that. There's a download on YouTube and on Facebook and on the church website that enables you to do a little thing if you want to. And we'll come back to that more, but at this point, I'm going to hold now. That's our thought for the moment. Later on, I'm going to hear something of Josh's story, a COVID story, just how it's been, part of a God story, how it's been for him. And then we're going to turn to Scripture and spend a few minutes drawing out some lessons for the stories there. So thank you for joining us. It's going to be a good morning, and I'll talk to you later.